So for this purpose, we are developing different new tools that can enrich the dance performances in order to make them kind of a rich media performances. So recently we have been working, for instance, with the motion capture technology, which is these stands which create magnetic fields where the dancer can navigate inside of them and get connected to large-scale projections. And what we are interested in is the real-time interaction of a dancer, which means a human body on stage, with both sound and images. So the dancer actually, as this is from a rehearsal, as they navigate in this magnetic field, they are mapped, or there are audiovisual outputs mapped on the body, so the sound is created by the movement, as well as the large projections can be modified by the moving body on the stage. We don't only focus on the human body in a sense of a movement, but we also have been developing different installations that take as a source of data input the physiological activity of the body. So we are interested in what the human body can produce as a part of the artistic installation. So we are measuring different electrophysiological inputs and provide different artistic opportunities how to actually use these signals in to different models of sonification and visualization. For instance, this is an installation called Lilith that we have developed in 2005 and 2006, which was targeting a kind of a daydreaming experience of a viewer in a kind of a private 3D cinema. So you can imagine a person sitting in a chair, being a bit wired into the sensor-based system, and having a projection of a 3D stereoscopic images, which have been generated by the use of commercial tools of a game engines. But these tools have been used in order to create artistically modified environments into which the viewer could get immersed. So they, based on the mental state or the brain activity of the viewer, people could navigate always uniquely different landscapes from geometrical, like here, to very organic kind of realistic landscape or dreamlike realistic landscapes. In this picture, the sound was not composed or pre-composed, or it was actually pre-composed, but it doesn't mean that it was composed and just played as a playback, but based on the measurements of the heartbeat of the viewer, the bits and pieces of the sound composition or pre-composition were composed on the fly, so the sound was unique, and also the navigation in these virtual landscapes was unique based on the activity of the body. You may wonder what the Czechoslovak or now Czech scene of media, art and education could look like, and it's a really big question mark, because I don't think we are unique, but the problems are everywhere. So the situation in Prague, but also in other cities of the Czech Republic, when it comes to media art and media art education, is quite critical. There were first attempts to establish new media art departments at the universities during the late 90s. Unfortunately, most of the pioneers, those people who did these big efforts in the late 90s, after like 10 years, around 2005, started to leave the country, and these days the positions at these departments are again somehow occupied by people who are not at least in my opinion, the ones who should be in charge of new media departments. It goes back to more like post-conceptual arts and what they call intermedia, and it's no longer focused on experimental development of different interfaces and experimentation with tools that I think the audience here would appreciate to do. Anyway, despite this fact, there are few artists, especially those who somehow try to combine Prague environment, which is in a way very conservative, with other countries which are just close to us. You can imagine that Prague on the map is pretty much in the middle between Linz, where Ars Electronica Festival is, and Berlin, where Transmediale Festival is.